listening. Dearest one, you're heard. Tell me everything. Lean on me and trust that I've heard.
Welcome to your reading, everyone. Paco is playing and there is construction on the street in front of my house, so there might be some noise, but I'm really excited to do a reading for you today. My sister arrives for a visit into Puerto Vallarta in a little over an hour, and we're going to spend the week together on the beach, so I'm very excited. And then just around the corner, November and December, we have these healing retreats on the beach coming up. There are a few spots available if anyone's interested in signing up last minute. What else? Oh, and next episode of the God Buzz, episode 3, is going to have a very special surprise guest. But I'm really excited right now because I haven't done a reading in a few days, and I can feel the energies of this new moon coming up on the 25th, and it's an eclipse, so it's new beginnings. Let's see what we get. What are the messages, Spirit? What are the messages you have for us today? I did not get my glass. Oh, there they are. Go outside. We've gotten this before. You have been indoors too long. Go outside and get some fresh air. This should be a part of your daily routine. It's for all of us, actually. So when we want to get unstuck and start new beginnings, and we're praying for movement and new beginnings, it's kind of like everything can be used as a symbol. And I find this to be a symbol of communing with God and nature. And if you add it, if you add a walk to it, then that's movement. So if you take a walk outside every day, it can help symbolize forward movement and new beginnings. Thank you, Spirit. Let's see what we get from this deck. Too many. What are the messages, Spirit? Happiness. Bluebird spirit, happiness. Stillness. Reflecting pool. And dragon power. This is a very clear message, and one that we got similar in one of the readings in the last month or two. So with go outside and happiness, stillness, and power, you are going to find your joy in the quietness of your mind, in prayer, in meditation, in walking outside. This card is really clear that nature, trees, birds, animals, nature is going to open up your heart to receive this feeling of complete gratitude for life. In that stillness of mind, you are going to recognize the power of your mind, the power you have to experience and extend joy and love. It's been a real long time of releasing negative patterns, and I do feel that the stillness is going to bring about the end of the cycle of shadows and into the beginning. I know we've been hearing these messages for a year now. It'll be a year on November 1st since I started this channel, and I know that the dark night of the soul and rebirth is not an overnight thing. We all know that now. We're on this journey, and it's not about the destination, the final landing point. It's about the journey, and the journey has been a bit intense, and yet we were promised that there's no need to take anything seriously, and we just forgot to laugh. So, you know, in the quietness of your mind, you're starting to remember more and more who you are in truth, who you are in spirit. So it's time to go. It's time to go from those shadows. This is a reading about the mind. And it's time to go out of the darkness and through that doorway, out of this shadow gray energy. You've got even, I mean, I'm seeing this message of, you know, going through a doorway that just because she's so close to the doorway with these sparkles behind her. And that's a 45, which is a 9. One step away from entering the door, the bridge that leads you to your identity and spirit. And I can already see with these sparkles behind her dress or her wings, she's losing form as she gets closer and closer to that doorway, and her awareness of herself in truth, in spirit, is starting to really enter her mind, and the mind is expanding, and it's headed towards the doorway of awakening, peace, light, and joy. And just to confirm that, I picked 2 more cards, and you got serendipity. So in, you know, this card is a 4-leaf clover on it. It has a 4-leaf clover and a fairy on it. Can't see the number. Serendipity, meaning there are no consequences. Everything that is happening right now is leading you to the path that Spirit wants you to be on. It's an 18, which is a 9. So we have 2 9s here out of the same deck. Time to go. And this lady is, this little fairy is ascending with this 4-leaf clover. That 4-leaf clover, luck, represents miracles to me. And you are going to be taken on a series of miracles that are leading you to the path that Spirit wants you to be on. The message in a bottle represents that in the stillness that we talked about earlier, in the joy of your own heart, you'll recognize the power of your mind, and you'll receive messages from the Spirit that will guide you step by step to the path that Spirit wants to redirect you to, actually. I am hearing that you're on the right path right now. You're right where you're supposed to be, but Spirit has a plan that you cannot see right now, and you are being directed very specifically, moment by moment, to a path that Spirit wants you on. And you're right in the place you need to be right now to receive those messages and steps, so everything is more than perfect. What are the messages, Spirit? The 2 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the 8 of Cups. Wow. These are amazing cards. I see no swords, no conflict, and we know we've been in conflict. So what that tells me is that Spirit really does want you, well, what Spirit is saying is there's no conflict. So if you are seeing conflict, then you can let it go, because it's not necessary for you to look at the darkness anymore. With happiness, stillness, and power, you have the 2 of Cups and the 6 of Pentacles. So, well, the 2 of Cups represents love. You can see the hand. Now, if you want love and you feel that there could be a relationship coming in, that's beautiful. I see that it's going to be, excuse me, with the 6 of Pentacles next to it. I see it's going to expand your, if you do have a relationship come in, and I do have another card on the table that says there could be a relationship for you here. But this 6 of Pentacles with the 2 of Cups represents giving and receiving. It would be a relationship of expanding the knowledge that when you are giving, you are receiving. This relationship would be a holy relationship, in that you would be asked to give of yourself fully and of your presence so fully, which would heal and wipe away any ego needs to get or to you know, be tempted towards the things that satisfy the ego. If you're not wanting a relationship, or if you do not feel that is something that is guided for you in your life, then you are coming into this non-duality state of mind that says, I know, it's almost like the spirit has allowed the ego part of the self to dissolve so that there's wholeness in the mind. With Go Outside, you have the Queen of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles represents everything that you could want in the form world. It also represents inheritance, legacy, generational healing. Just, really feeling like, I don't know why this is coming to my mind, but like, if it was my time to go, I'd be okay. I've done everything. I've forgiven my past, and I feel like I'm at home in my heart wherever I go. I have completed my assignment in the form world. It's not that it's complete. It's just that you feel like you have done what you came to do, or that you are doing what you came to this earth to do. And it's just a feeling that you have all your ducks in a row. You have all, there's nothing hanging or lingering that's unforgiven. And because of this feeling that you're coming into with really being able to settle in this world, instead of feel like, you're impatient and you don't want this healing and you don't want this learning assignment that you've come to learn. You're okay with all of that now, and you're feeling love in your heart. And if you're not there yet, you're on the way. And it's bringing about this new spark, this new beginning, this Queen of Wands, this excitement, this passion. You're in the unknown. You don't really know what the spark is yet, but the whole purpose was to let the spark come and come into fullness in your heart without needing to put an image or a concept or a certain thing that an expectation of what you want your life to be. It's more like, I've got excitement, I've got passion, there's something stirring in me. I'm going to be guided step by step to what this is that Spirit is bringing in for me. Going outside and being in nature and in the stillness of mind will help you get those downloads to direct you moment by moment into the guidance that Spirit wants to give you. Not future guidance, but guidance every moment. Guidance every moment in the now. So, Ace of Pentacles and Page of Cups. This is a new beginning, and with the Page of Cups, it's love. So the Page of Cups is like the Knight in Shining Armor card. So I do feel like you have time to go, serendipity, and message in a bottle. And then underneath the deck, you have the Eight of Cups, which is walking away from something and walking into the sunlight. I'm having a really deep feeling here that some of you here are walking away from heartbreak in the past and leaving that behind, letting it flow down the river to be healed. It's healed now, so you're walking away from past pain and walking into possibly a new relationship. I see relationship on the table, but I also know that it's not going to be that for all of you. It's really clear now that because you love yourself, you are giving yourself a cup of love. Spirit is bringing a new beginning in form, and the pentacle represents health, home, family, something you can touch. So, if you've had a request for love, a partner, that could be coming in for you. And if you've had a request to get help to love yourself and to become, one with agape love, with the Spirit inside of your heart, I do see that coming in. I literally, as I said before, there are no swords on this table. There's no sleepless nights. There's no conflict. And I had a kind of a sleepless night last night, but I was excited for the next day. And I do believe that you are coming out of a time of conflict in the mind, and the mind is getting stronger and stronger to say, yeah, I see you, but I'm not going to follow that thread. I'm just going to line up, empty my mind, and let the light come through in my mind, stillness of the mind, and just asking, the Spirit in every moment, what is it now? And give me your peace. It's beautiful. I'm just feeling a really healing, loving energy, and also this happiness. Can't beat it. Those are the messages I have for you, and I'll see you next time.
Give your burdens to me. Rest your feet and lay down in my love. Let your heart find its beat.